What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I am your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the one, the only Midwest Mike. What is going on, buddy?
Not too much, man. Another Monday, another week in the books. Beginning of February, got the Super Bowl coming up here. NHL starting back up. Baseball's right around the corner. It's a good time of the year, man.
It is. It's an exciting time. Coming off 3 straight green weeks.
Yep.
Today is the start of our 4th, like you said, Super Bowl week. Always an exciting time. I'm not sure how much we're going to get into on this show, but I'd certainly like to talk about it. I know everybody is just super hyped about it.
Good matchup.
It's a great matchup. Throwing up the weekly recap here for everybody asking why the hell is Tom Brady on there? Well, he did retire last week, so I had to throw him on one last piece of content, people. Let me just have it, okay? But plus 28.33 units. Mike, talk about this week because you threw it in the Telegram as well about just a few down days and the big up ones. So,
yeah, we had 4 green days, 3 down ones. But if you look, all 4 green days were huge days. I mean, we're talking 5.4, 6.7, 10, and 12.5. And then we had 3 down days, and 2 out of those 3 down days were less than a unit. So minus 0.3, minus 0.72, and minus a little over 5. So we really only had 1 bad day last week. The 2 days, whenever you finish under a unit, plus or minus, to me, I mean, it's like breaking even. So, which
exactly
in this industry, that's a win, regardless whether you're up a half unit, down a half unit, whatever. It's, it's a win. So great week, huge week, over 28 units. We did 20.3 the week before. We're already up 5 days, just 5 days into February. We're already up over 22 units, and we're up over 54 units now in the last 20 days.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. I mean, even $100 unit better, which is kind of the standard, is up over $5,400 in under 3 weeks. Made $2,800 last week, over $2,000 the week before. I mean, the last 2 weeks, $100 unit better is up almost $5,000. Even a $50 unit better, which is mainly just somebody with a $5,000 bankroll, is up, half that, 2,500. Not just that, but if you don't take the profits and reinvest it, you're now almost pretty much able to double your unit size. Now you're $100 unit better.
Right.
So it'll be cool to, if people do it right, and that's kind of what the show's about too, is educating you on stuff like that. But if you do it right, I understand sometimes you got to take some profits and pay some bills and whatever.
Sure.
I mean, we're in a gambling industry, right? So there's degens out there. There's people doing this shit to pay their rent. Don't advise that, but it's just the reality of it.
It is.
I get it, but if you are able to give yourself a little cushion and not take profits and just reinvest it into your bankroll and leave it, and then up your unit size, you're going to make more per unit.
Right.
I mean, the difference between 50 a unit and $100 unit, guys, is double the money. It's 2,500 the last 2 weeks, or it's $5,000.
Right.
So the bigger your unit size, the more money you make per unit. The more, I mean, I made $54,000 in the last 20 days. So you could do that too, and you can be there. It just takes time. Nobody's going to come in with a $100,000 bankroll and start at $1,000 a unit. It just doesn't work that way. You got to start somewhere.
Right.
So typically, if you can at least do $2,500 starting bankroll, $25 units, start there. And as long as you're always, around 1% unit for your bankroll. So even if you win, you're start at 2,500 and say you have a good week and you're up to $4,000. Okay. Then it's okay to bump it up to 40 a unit then, as long as it's around 1% of your bankroll. So, and just that's what it's about. So
you're right, man. And it's what we always talk about as well on the show. We always talk about it. when you do get into this game, and you do, buy a long-term package on VIP with us, or if you're going on another service and just come here for the free plays, think about this long-term, because realistically, you're not getting out of the sports investing industry, or you're not getting out of the hobby. You're just not. It's just not going to happen.
A part of the long term too is being disciplined.
Exactly.
I always have people texting me. It was on Saturday, I think, when I had fucking 9 plays, and somebody's texting me, "What do you think about this game, that game, this game?" Who cares? I already got 9 fucking plays. How much do you need? Like, I don't know. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I just what I like is what I got posted, and that's what the fuck I want to hit. That's all I care about.
Right.
You just got to get that through your head, is you don't have to bet every game and have just, unless you're doing it just for fun. And then I respect that. But me personally, this is what I do for a living now. So I don't just bet on games just to bet on games for the fun of it or to have action on it. I don't care. I don't care what I have action on. It's about money and making money and winning. And that's all I care about, is winning. So,
yeah. Absolutely, man. We got Darian in the house. He's up 5,400 plus.
Yeah, he posted screenshots on Twitter of his last couple of weeks. That's awesome.
We retweeted it.
And you can tell by looking at it, if you compare those with the recaps, he's following the system, and he has a system, and he's got a set unit size, obviously, which is probably about $100 if he's up 5,400. So he's doing it perfect. He's the perfect example. And look at him, absolutely crushing. I'm up 5,400 plus. So it's not rocket science, guys. Just 99% of people don't have the discipline. It's just the reality of it. Or, oh my God, he's hot, I'm going to start going heavier on shit, and then that play loses, or I'm going to go heavy on the POD, or I'm going to pick and choose plays. You can do what you want ultimately. I just will say I strongly recommend playing every play for the appropriate unit, whether you like it, don't like it, whatever.
Yeah.
This is kind of the way the system's set up, and the results and numbers and stuff prove that. So
yeah. Could have said it better myself. Justin, he's going to be back on with us Wednesday. Awesome. Good. I'm looking forward to this.
Been a while, Justin.
I know. We miss him. Michael Hill in the house. What up, Mike?
What's up?
Always good to see you in here. You guys can throw in any comments you want, any Super Bowl props you guys are looking at, anything you'd like Mike to throw his 2 cents in on, or, just anything you guys want to talk about. This is what this show is for. Any bankroll questions. If you have doubled up your bankroll, talk to us. Let's advise you the right way on how to reinvest and, get it going. I mean, what a great way to start the year. You know what I mean? If you're in it for the long haul, February, January plus, here we go. February starting great. And realistically, I don't know where we're going to be on the Super Bowl. We haven't really talked about it much personally yet, but the future is sitting there. And we're talking about another 25 units there, even if we don't touch anything. I mean, we could touch nothing. We're going to, but, we could touch nothing. We technically already got a play on it. I mean, how epic would that be? Adding 25 units on top of what we've already done here.
We're already up 50 units with the futures on the 5th of February. So
I love it. I absolutely love it, man. We got Mike in the house. Great week. He is pumped.
He's
pumped. Who isn't? Who isn't pumped?
There's NHL's back. There's a couple really good college basketball games tonight. I'm gonna have plays on both of them. One of them's already posted on the Duke Miami game, and then I am gonna have a big play, probably the play of the day, on the Texas Kansas game. To be honest though, and I'll get this point across in the write-up. It's a tough game. It's a very tough game. So I'm really excited about this game personally, just to see if my read is on or not. We'll find out. It's obviously, I mean, it's going to be a good game. It could go either way. The spread keeps going up. You'll see in the write-up and stuff, but I can make cases for both teams. Okay. I mean, you got Kansas, great bounce back spot for them, especially after getting blown out versus Iowa State. Texas coming off of a big road win versus K-State, big second half comeback again, letdown spot 2 days later. Both teams played Saturday. Kansas shot like shit on Saturday. The only thing with this Kansas team is they're getting all their production mainly from one guy. And when the rest of the team is off, they're fucked. They're off. They had, I think, 20 turnovers their last game. And they've also won a lot of close games by 2 points, 3 points, 4 points against teams that Texas has handled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an interesting. I mean, from a spot perspective, it's Kansas. Is Texas the better team? Probably. So it's an interesting one for sure. The money's pretty lopsided, which that is what it is. But yeah, I'm excited for this play tonight. I'm gonna finish the write-up after. I've been watching this line all day yesterday, all day today. So I'm excited for it. Big 12 is obviously the conference we've been just tearing up. So yeah, we get Kansas, Texas. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited to watch this game.
I love it, man. 8:00 start as well. So time for everybody to get the spot once you release that right up there. But you got a couple other stuff posted as well, don't you?
Yeah, I got a NHL play. That's the free play actually on the Islanders. So if you're not VIP, I guess you probably didn't get the write up, obviously, but the Islanders won their last 2 games before the All-Star break. I think they're like 1-10 and they're 11 before that. So they actually come into the All-Star break or after the All-Star break. They've won their last 2. And I don't know if you guys maybe didn't know here or not, but they got that Bo Horvat from the Canucks, who's the Canucks' second leading point scorer. I mean, he's one of their top 2 guys. Mm-hmm. So, and now on this Islanders team, he is the leading point scorer. The guy's got 54 points. So I like the matchup. They play the Flyers. They're on the road. The Islanders have been ass on the road, but we're on the Islanders money line, -130 to win 2 units. Islanders do have a great goalie. They have a great defense. They just acquired Horvat from the Canucks. And they match up well because the Flyers suck offensively and are bad defensively. They've just benefited from Carter Hart, who's been really good in net for them. I think he's got like a 288 goals against average, but their defense sucks. Their offense sucks. So I like the Islanders to come out here and kind of make a statement with their new guy. Got some new blood. Should give them a boost offensively. And they need these types of games. I mean, they rank 10th in the East right now with 55 points. They're trailing Buffalo by 1 point, Penguins by 2, Caps by 5, Rangers by 7. Bo's got 31 goals, 23 assists in 49 games. Last season in 70 games, he had 31 goals, 21 assists. So he's already passed what he did in 70 games last year and 49 this year.
Wow.
So he's having his breakout season. I mean, his record is 61 points, and that was in the 18-19 season. He played all 82 games and had 27 goals, 34 assists. He's already almost there in 49 games. So he's having a breakout year, which is just proving the point. I mean, this guy should be a game changer for the Islanders. He's coming off a game. He had 4 assists. Yeah, the top 4 Islanders in points before adding him were 46, 43, 35, 27. And they just added a guy with 54. So he's their leading point guy by 7 points. So this is a big addition for him. And it tells you that they're trying to do something here and trying to get into the playoffs. So the Islanders only score 2.85 per game, but they only allow 2.71. So they're not that good. They haven't been that good offensively, but they do have really good defense, partly because of the great goaltender. They only allowed 1 goal over their last 2 games. Sorokin, 2.38 goals against average. Flyers only average 2.78 per game, but they give up 3.16. New York's 9-2 in the last 11 when they play each other. In 2 out of the last 3 head-to-head, Islanders have actually scored 4+ goals, so They've had success offensively when they faced them. I just think at the end of the day, the price is too cheap and the market hasn't adjusted yet for adding Horvat to the team. We'll see how much of an immediate impact he has on them. But I think getting the Islanders at this price at -130 coming out of the break, it's a good price. So that's why I'm on them for 2 units, and that's today's free play. So
I love it. There you have it, folks. Islanders money line -130 for 2 units.
And then I got another NHL 1 unit play. I got a 2 unit college basketball play, a 2 unit NBA play, and a 2 unit college play posted. So I think I got 4 plays 4 or 5 posted right now. I likely have my 3 unit college basketball and then another NBA coming, and then that'll likely be it. Plus a couple parlays, and I think today's going to be a good parlay day. I find we have the most success when there's a few game on parlays, when there's a few games that I really, really like.
Yeah.
Because obviously when we hit those, we hit parlays. And there's a few spots that I really like. There's even a couple, an NHL and an NBA that I'm not on that I like for parlay pieces and stuff too. So I'll probably have like 3 parlays today too. So yeah.
Love it, man. Well, Saturday's 6 unit parlay play of the day, man. That was great.
Yeah, we're 7-0 on those now. And those were all 3 no sweat blowout.
Just
Baylor easy. By 20 something, OKC by 30, West Virginia by 30.
That was beautiful.
To go in.
It's just a beautiful thing.
But it was perfect spots for all those teams. I mean, I liked them all against the spread, so that's why I'm like,
right.
That's why I did 6 units on it, because I was very confident in all 3 winning. So, but I should have hit all 3 of them fucking 2 units on the spread on all 3 too.
Could have.
Another 6.
You could have, man. We got Xavier. Appreciate the free plays. He's invested on Saturday. It was well worth it.
Yeah, appreciate your comment on TikTok too. I think you commented that same thing on TikTok. Appreciate that, man.
Perfect. Yes.
Yesterday was it was a letdown spot for me. So we had a huge Friday, huge Saturday. We had our little, and if our letdown is -0.3 unit day, that's okay.
That is okay.
Today's the bounce back day.
Well, that's what we talk about consistency, man. The upswings being bigger than the downswings, and the last couple weeks, that's exactly how it's been. A few down days here and there, but bouncing back just beautifully, and stacking bigger unit days. And it just shows, man. It just shows with this system, it's set up to win big and to lose small, as best as we can. So I love it.
Yeah, and that kind of we can segue into Mike's comment there. Yeah, like I'm finding a happy medium. Let's put it that way. We kind of went from one extreme to the other. So as you know, if you're a VIP before, I was throwing out 10 unit plays. One Sunday I had, I think, 5 unit play. Shit like that. We were hot for a while. We did 90 units in 6 weeks, and then it just kind of got out of hand and then cooled off, and then it just kind of tanked. So went back to my normal system, the system that I started with anyways, it's just way more consistent. You don't have the huge highs and lows and all that shit, right? But I think I'm proving with the system you can still have big-ass days.
Yes.
You don't have to have 4 or 5 unit plays to have a 12-unit day. We can have a couple 2 unit plays, 3 unit play, and have 10 unit days and shit. So,
yep.
I'm still going to have 1 unit plays, but there's going to be more 2 unit plays than 1 unit plays. Like, partly because we're on, a heater, and then you obviously make twice as much, when you're hitting those 2 unit plays versus posting them as 1, but partly because I do like it, that much too, to place 2 units on it. So it's just kind of a happy medium, but I like where we're at right now and it's working. So that's
absolutely, man. Like we always talked about, whatever the slate calls for. And that's the greatest thing about it. You got a 6U play today parlay. It called for it. One day it might be 5 1-unit plays. That's what the slate calls for, and that's what we do. And I absolutely love it, man.
Yesterday didn't have a play of the day because I kind of liked everything the same. So that's why you
Yeah.
saw most everything for 2 units with, I think, one unit play. I liked it all the same. So that's why we played most everything for 2 units and didn't have a play of the day. There's nothing I was that confident in to label that, I guess, that and play it for 3 or more units. So
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Justin loves the 2-unit NBA already posted. Speaking of NBA, Kevin, our guy Kev, he wants some NBA leans. He's
I'll give you
Cavs.
one. It's not posted. I may end up playing it for 1 to 2 units. I'm not sure yet, but I like the Jazz -9. They play the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Luka's out. He didn't even travel with the team, I don't think, to Utah. They got pieces coming out and going in right now, so they're going to be really shorthanded tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I like Utah. I think they should easily win by double digits here tonight. It's kind of a game you should see the Mavericks kind of just punting. I mean, they're not going to have too many guys here tonight. So
No. And I mean, speaking of the Mavericks, we haven't touched on it yet. We haven't talked about it. What do you think about Kyrie?
I don't know. What I do like, though, is Sean Marks, the owner of the Nets,
Mm-hmm.
probably could have gotten more from the Lakers for him, but he
Mm-hmm.
didn't because he didn't want to send them somewhere he wanted to go. And I respect that. I respect that, dude. I do. If you're the owner of the Cavs and you've dealt with all this shit and, say you're Kyrie and I'm the owner and you tell me you want to go to the Lakers, I'm going to say, fuck you. I'm sending you to the Pistons. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it sounds like they could have got a couple unprotected picks in 27 and 29, and you got to figure LeBron's going to be gone then. The Lakers are going to suck, so those would have been some high picks. So ideally, it probably would have been better for him to take the Lakers deal, but he didn't out of spite just because he didn't want to send them to the Lakers. So
Yeah.
respect that.
I get it. I mean, the relationship was never seemed to be a positive thing in Brooklyn for Kyrie. It just
Not
the
for
first
anybody, man. Everyone
no.
that goes there requests a trade. KD requested a trade, and then who
Well,
was it
he's
before
done now.
KD? But who was it
KD's
before
done.
KD? Who was it before him that went there and then got traded?
Harden, wasn't it Harden?
Yeah, Harden. Yeah. You have
Gone.
Harden, KD, now Irving. Nobody's sticking around, man. And they
No.
might not even hang on to Dinwiddie. They might trade his ass somewhere else now. So
I feel bad for Dinwiddie. He was actually having a nice season over in Dallas, and now he's back in Brooklyn, where they kind of just traded him away for nothing.
I don't see how this is going to work for Dallas. They're going to have to the way it is right now, I don't see it working. I don't.
Who plays off the ball? I mean, we kind of saw Kyrie sort of play off the ball when he was in Boston a bit. I don't know. Who plays off the ball?
They need other pieces, man. It's not going to work.
Well, they're thinking about trading Wood potentially. Now they're talking about moving him.
For what?
Who knows?
Who are you going to have?
Who knows? Who knows? The Lakers got to do something too, but nobody fucking wants Westbrook, man.
Who would?
I know.
What do you got? Westbrook, Beverly? Fuck no. Everyone wants Reeves and that Max Christie, and they don't want to give him up. So
yeah, Lonnie Walker, I guess, is a decent throw-in, but
I like Reeves.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I'm not saying he's
not. I don't
not.
want Westbrook or Beverly. I don't.
Well, the Bulls were talking about potentially.
Oh, I like Thomas Bryant.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to give him up.
No. But then how are you going to – what they have is draft picks, especially when you do unprotected later on after the LeBron era is over. Those are going to be – who knows how bad they are. You know what I mean? Those are going to be valuable. So that's what they got right now. But
I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to work. But, hopefully Luka keeps Kyrie in check because KD is more like a leads by example out there. He's not much of a talker. You know what I mean? So Luka's a talker. You could tell he's got a little smirk to him. He's got some fight. I don't think he's going to let Kyrie walk into Dallas and start, running the show. So I expect Luka to keep Kyrie in check, and maybe it works out, man. Maybe it works out.
I don't know. I wouldn't give him no contract until you know how this short-term rental goes. You know what I mean?
Oh, Mark Cuban ain't gonna give him nothing. he's gonna have that man produce on the
I was
court.
actually
But
wondering that last night. I'm like, I wonder if Cuban fucking actually called him and talked to him and said, I ain't giving you shit until after the season. We'll see how this works out.
well,
'Cause
he
I think
was pumped.
the
Did you
Lake
see him?
he wanted a 2-year, $80 million deal from the Lakers, and the Lakers couldn't commit to it.
No,
So
I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Justin saying, yeah, both ball dominant. Absolutely. Kevin, are you gonna have a college basketball future soon?
yeah, I probably need to get on that. I've been high on Arizona. I think we looked up the odds last week, and then I kind of forgot about it. But I think there's some definite value there. When I do these college ones, just because it's college and there's so many teams and all that stuff, I'll probably have 3 or 4 versus putting more on just 1 or 2. You know, we'll do less and do 3 or 4 of them.
Right.
Because I mean, and we should have at least 1 or 2 teams that make it to the Final Four and have a pretty good shot at cashing one of them. So, yeah, I will. I'll get on that here, and I'll have those out this week. There's some good games here this week. Like, for example, tonight, this Texas-Kansas game. I've just been wanting to see a little bit more out of teams. I told myself Saturday, Texas comes back, wins this game. They're the real deal. They're a top 10 team. If they don't, they're kind of fraudulent. You know what I mean? So we're kind of getting to that point of the season now where who's real, who's not. It's just the Big 12 is just so talented and tough, and there's just any team can beat anyone on any given night. So it's crazy how stacked the Big 12 is. Like it's insane. I've never seen anything like it. So
yeah, it's fun to watch. It is fun to watch. All right, NBA tonight. You kind of said one lane. We got anything else? Does anybody have any specific game that you'd like us to talk about? You got anything on that Cavs game, Mike?
I looked at the Wizards a little bit, but not long, like 15 minutes.
Right.
My initial lean there, though, was actually the Wizards. The Cavs played last night, if I'm not mistaken.
They did.
This line's been moving down, too. The Wizards are getting some sharp money, 35% tickets, 57% of the money. I liked them before even seeing that. I'd lean Wizards there, honestly. Levert's questionable. Rubio's out. Whatever. Cavs are they're a different team on the road, man. They're really good at home, and they're not as good on the road. So
yeah,
back-to-back spot too. Wizards playing better ball. The line short as hell.
it is.
And you know what? Yesterday, I kicked myself for still not playing the Pelicans. Once Ingram and that, however you say his name, Valencia, whatever. I always butcher it.
Valanciunas?
Yes. Him and Ingram, once they were both ruled out, and that Kings line was still at 2, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then start seeing all these posts on Twitter. 100 units Supermax, Sacramento Kings. I'm like, oh, I want to hit the Pelicans so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah.
And they blew them out by like fucking 30 without those guys.
He did.
And we've been on the Pelicans now their last 2 games. So I would have been 3 straight games on them. And yeah, we pushed the one free play, and then we cashed on them on Saturday. They beat the Lakers outright. And then last night they won again. But that's kind of what that Cavs Wizards line kind of reminds me of right now. Kuzma's out tonight for the Wizards. The line's at 2. Cavs are pretty healthy. Like it's a weird line. It's trappy for sure.
It is a bit weird. Beal's questionable. He did take part in the morning shoot around though. When you look at the last game, I mean early on in the season, Cavs were -3.5, but at that point in the season, I feel like they were completely under the radar. And they did win and cover. They beat them by 10. Haven't played since. Now they're sitting at -2 on the road.
Yeah.
So definitely a short line for Cleveland here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I leaned Wizards as well, but I'm not sure if it's worth an investment. I don't know.
I got my 2-unit play. The Jazz is probably the other one that if I was to play one would be it. That's kind of my second. Wizards probably third. And then the other game, I mean, I'd maybe take a small little flyer on the Kings. I think Fox is going to be playing tonight. They're on a back-to-back. The Kings have looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I was on the Kings, I think, 2 games in a row, and they played the Rockets at home, and they blew them out both times.
Yeah.
The Rockets are not any good.
They're not.
Spread's 5.5. Fox should be back tonight. Should be a good bounce back spot for the Kings. I don't care about the back-to-back. I think people get caught up in that shit too much, and you know what I mean?
I agree. They are playing the Rockets back-to-back games here. So tonight and on Wednesday.
Oh, and if they don't win tonight, then the next game's for sure a hammer spot.
Right. But so you got.
I would bet a little something small on them winning tonight,
mm-hmm.
And if they win, maybe not touch the next one. Maybe still touch it. We'll see. And if they don't win tonight, then it's hammer time the next game.
Yeah. Yeah, I could not agree more. Could not agree more.
Lay a unit on the Kings tonight, knowing that if it loses, you'll make it back the next game. That's
I can see it, man.
Just take your unit if they win tonight, and then who cares about the next game?
Exactly. I love it. One I was looking at, and I don't know, maybe it's a Monday thing, but dare I say, the Detroit Pistons plus 10.5 tonight against the Celtics.
Didn't they play the Celtics the last time?
No, that was the Orlando Magic, and then the Detroit was playing against
Dallas.
Yes, and they covered the 8.5. Now here we go again on.
Well, it closed at 10.5. That spread. It moved from 8.5 to 10.5.
It did. I liked it at 8.5, and both covered.
Yeah.
10.5 tonight in Detroit. I know it's gross, and no one is going to want to lay it. But
Boston's been priced just crazy. That's why I was on Phoenix the other night. I'm like, how the fuck are the Suns getting 10 points, 9 points, 10 points? I don't give a shit. Boston's been so bad. Suns have actually been playing. And it was the perfect spot because Boston was coming off their biggest blowout win versus the Nets. Yep. And the Suns were coming off a 30, 40-point loss to, I think, the Hawks or whoever it was. So, and then you're getting 9 points. Like,
yep.
Yeah. And the Suns beat them outright by 12.
And that is the only thing where I'm kind of, I don't necessarily like that they're coming off of a loss in this matchup. They could smack up the Pistons. They absolutely should. But they were at home, on the road for 1 in Detroit tonight, and then back at home on Wednesday, ESPN game for the 76ers. So prime look-ahead spot, big spread, 10.5. Detroit could play up to a bigger opponent here and try and get this win. I'm not saying the Celtics don't win, but 10.5 I feel could be a tall task tonight.
It opened at 12 too. Yeah, Pistons are getting 49% tickets, 85% of the money. And the lines moved down, and they're getting 70% of the money on the money line. 11% tickets, 70% of the money.
Wow.
Well, Jaylen Brown's questionable. Luke Cornett, whatever, he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably a good spot.
Dare I say? Here we go again.
Or if you were to ever do an NBA teaser, that'd be a good teaser piece too. Getting that to 15.5, 16, something like that.
Yeah, little 5-pointer there. The other one I was kind of looking at was also the Thunder's Warriors game. correct me if I'm wrong, I saw a majority of the money coming in on the Thunder. Now I know the Warriors have taken a, massive blow with the Steph Curry news. He's going to be out for a while. We'll see. But we've seen Steph Curry be out of games and Jordan Poole steps up.
Yeah, I'm not so concerned about that. Yeah, the Thunder are getting all the money, but
At
Golden
home.
State at home. And I like to usually sell on news like that. Clearly, everyone is buying the Thunder because of Curry.
This is what I'm saying. It's a false narrative. Everybody's going to be on the Thunder. Oh, my God, they're done. Curry's out. They're moseying around all damn season.
Warriors by 10 plus.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Get that baby down to 3. It was at 4 earlier this morning. Now it's at 3.5. Get that baby down to 3.
Yeah. I didn't think you need it at 3. Should still.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the two spots
that
stuck out.
Wiggins is back. He's not sick anymore. You still got Green, Poole,
Clay.
Thompson.
Come on.
At home.
Come on.
Where I've talked about in write-ups how their defense is like night and day difference at home versus on the road.
Yep.
So, like one of the top in the NBA at home.
And for the Thunder, this is the first game of a back-to-back. Not saying that the Thunder look ahead anybody because they shouldn't, but they do have the Lakers on deck tomorrow. So just another little thing about the Thunder. And the Warriors are on the road against the Blazers
tomorrow?
On Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday. I like the Warriors tonight, and if I had to look ahead, I might actually like the Blazers in that one spot. I hate the home away for one, that a one away game, and then back home where they're playing the Lakers. I don't like that one away, and that's what's playing into the Celtics tonight as well. So
yeah,
I like the Pistons plus 10.5. Dare I say, currently 2-0 on those, and also the Warriors -3. Those are my two spots.
There you go. I like it.
Justin likes it. Tyler likes it.
He loves it.
Mike loves it. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Beautiful. 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 Let's see how they do. Let's see how they do.
I think we sweep them.
I think so too, man. I mean, let's start the fucking week. Let's get going. Why not? Why not us?
Speaking into existence. Why not?
I manifest every morning. I manifest every morning. I'm big on that. Universal energy, baby. Universal energy.
Positive vibes, man.
Positive vibes all day.
Bullshit, man.
No, sir. We got no time for it, Mike. We got no time for it. All right, Super Bowl. Let's talk about it a bit here.
I'll be honest.
You want to throw in?
I haven't really dug into the game.
Yeah.
Not really going to until probably at least Friday. I'd have a better picture of who's playing for the Chiefs, who's not. I'm not worried about the spread moving one way or another. It'll be at 2.5 or less, until kickoff. So I'm not worried about it going through any key numbers or anything like that. So
Philly -1.5 right now.
1.5. Yeah. I mean, whether it's 1.5, 2.5, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
I got to just figure out this futures because I am in a hedge. I mean, I did hedge, I think 3 on the Niners. So we're not going to make 25 because after the Super Bowl, then we'll recap everything together with the 2 hedges and what we net from it and all that stuff. So just for transparency. So we're already at it's a 25 unit futures, but I think I did 3 on the Niners just as a hedge, even though I bet the Eagles, just as a hedge to cover that ticket. So I think we're at 22 right now. I just got to figure out how much putting on the Chiefs money line. And it doesn't mean I'm betting the Chiefs money line. That's only if you want to, if you put in that futures. So
right.
Just to, cover the cost of the ticket, guarantee make something. But yeah, I put a 3K hedge on the Niners, but I hit the Eagles for 5. And we hit it. So yeah. that I just treat separate. Obviously, we still have daily VIPs and stuff that are going to be buying a package Sunday just to bet the Super Bowl, and they don't have that futures ticket. So I'm still going to obviously have a straight bet on the game and stuff. So
Right.
I did have the Rams last year in the Super Bowl, but I think I had them -4 and they won by 3. So because I didn't
The
want to
missed extra point.
I didn't want to lay -180 on the money line, but going forward on big games like that, I'll make an exception. It's rare. I did lay -155 on St. Mary's Saturday. I don't do it often, but that game, they could have won by 1 and not gone to overtime or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I did it. I figured it'd be a tight, lower scoring game. They ended up winning by 8 in overtime, but
Yeah.
they didn't lead until in overtime.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nuts. I actually felt pretty confident, though, because they were moseying back, man. I mean, they were climbing literally all game. And I actually felt confident. I'm like, okay, we paid for it. Now let's get this win. And then they ended up covering in overtime.
And it was a free play, too. I like hitting those.
Yeah.
I was
absolutely.
like, we got to get it. And we needed it for 2 more parlays. We hit 3 parlays Saturday, too, because of it. So, yeah.
I love it, man. So yeah, maybe Wednesday, me and you can get down. Maybe we'll do some kooky prop research or something, man. We can, give something away.
That'll give me some time for sure. Well,
yeah,
more about the Super Bowl Wednesday for sure.
Absolutely. So you guys also in the chat, come with your favorite props that you want us to talk about or anything that you're on. And also send us an email if you want to come on. We're going to be very focused on the Super Bowl show on Wednesday. Or very focused on the Super Bowl. So if you want to come on the show, email and we send you the link. You're only on for 30 seconds, a minute, maybe 2 minutes max if you stay on and talk a bit about your spot, and then that's it. You get off, and it's fun. We post videos when it wins, so if you're wanting to start throw free plays out there, it's good publicity for you. I don't know. Just come on and join the community, and we want to interact with all you guys, so please do that. Okay, one last question. Ryan, over and under on the Islanders game.
I'm not sure. It's at 5.5. I mean, 2 good goalies, 2 offenses that suck. Should be a lower scoring game, but like I said, the Islanders, I think 2 out of the last 3 head-to-head have scored 4 goals one game, 5 another, and then I think 2 in the other one. So, and now with the addition of Horvat, who knows? If there's a spot the Islanders score 3 or 4, this is probably one of those spots. So tough to say. Those 5.5s can be a little tough. If it was 6, I'd say under, but I don't really honestly like it at 5.5 either way. So personally, I'd just stay away from it. If there was a lean in the NHL on a total, I'd kind of like the Duck Stars over 6. Kind of like the over there. I also like Dallas to win, but it's really juicy. So either regulation or even something on the puck line. I remember betting on Dallas versus the Ducks, and it was a Sunday game, I believe, and Dallas completely laid an egg and lost, I think, like 1-0. So it should be a good bounce back spot, but you got to be careful betting out of the All-Star break. Sometimes you never know what the fuck these guys are doing. It takes them a couple games to get back into it. Who fucking knows? So, but that's kind of my angle on the Islanders tonight is they got a huge addition. Should give them some energy. They've won 2 straight games. They got a stud goalie. There's really no reason, and the price is pretty cheap. So that's why I like the Islanders tonight.
Yep.
But I think you could even do a parlay, Devils and Stars. I think both those should win. I mean, Vancouver's completely in a rebuild mode here at this point. Their goaltenders are complete ass. Spencer Martin blows. They just got rid of one of their top 2 guys. The Devils should have no problem scoring goals on the Canucks tonight. And the Canucks are on the road. Dallas is at home. Both of them are at home. the Devils and the Stars. So even a 2-teamer on the money line, you can probably get it close to even money or something. I like that. I do have a play on the Wild Coyotes game, a 1-unit play. It's a puck line play.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we'll ease back into NHL here. Got a decent NBA slate. After talking about it just out loud with you, I like the NBA slate more and more now.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Lucas actually thrown in here thoughts on Kings -7, which that has moved as we're on the show because it was just 5.5.
Yeah. Wow.
So what happened there?
Well, I know what happened. Fox officially became off the injury report. So that's why.
Okay.
That just happened in the last 20 minutes. So that
Gotcha.
if it moved, that's why. It's Fox is now confirmed playing for sure.
Right. That Ducks game tonight is quite interesting. You know, I'm just looking at it now because I'm actually going to the Blackhawks game tomorrow, and they're playing the Ducks. And they were coming in a little hot in the All-Star break, man. Three straight wins in a row.
Yeah.
So tomorrow you're going to need to give me a little free play. Maybe I'll post a little video up and everybody can ride it. Unofficial, but I'll be in the stadium. So should be fun. And
2 out of those 3 wins came against the Coyotes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the Blackhawks are favorited tomorrow. I mean, getting way off topic here, but
Ducks are terrible, dude. Jonathan Taves
is out. Not expected to play. A little weird.
The Hawks can be sneaky, man.
I know they can. But I'm excited that you like the NBA slate a little bit more.
Yeah. We'll see how much. I mean, I'll have one more NBA for sure. NBA just typically do a little bit later. Just knowing who's in, who's out, what the hell's going on. So yeah, I like my 2-unit play. I'll have another one for sure, if not 2, but 1 for sure in the NBA, and then this 3-unit college basketball play. Though is my favorite game of the night. So. And it's just a challenge because it's just to know if I'm right on this or not. So, yeah. But only play it for 3 units. It's going to be 3-unit play. Don't play it for 10 because it's a play of a day or anything like that. It's you'll see.
We got to start putting that underneath the play right up. Do not play this for more than the units it says.
Yeah. Well, ultimately,
people do what they want.
Yeah,
they do what they want. Last comment in here. Sam, what up? Good to see you in here, buddy. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys make the show what it is. Again, please email in for the Wednesday show. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl a whole lot. So if you guys want to share a prop or anything, please email in, join the show, show your face, say what's up. We want that. But as always, invest wisely and live freely.